Welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Just clicked and we're ready to go. We're going to walk you through, who's in here? I'm going to walk you through wearing Moldavite. Okay, so today is the day you've decided to buy a piece of Moldavite. You're taking the plunge. You've heard many different people's personal experiences. You've heard the good, the bad, the ugly, and the damn right insane. But for some reason, out of curiosity, or maybe Spirit's helping hand, you're ready to wear Moldavite. I believe you are. I believe there's no such thing as coincidence. There are millions of crystals. Start again. There are thousands of crystals in the world. Slight exaggeration, Mark. Maybe there is. Depends how you look at it. There are thousands of different types of crystals, and why are you drawn to Moldavite? Some people have never even heard of Moldavite. People in the Czech Republic haven't even heard of Moldavite, so that's weird, right? Okay, so you've heard of Moldavite, you've come across it. I believe that's Spirit's helping hand leading you to the crystal. So there are many crystals, they're all amazing, and they all are unique in their own energy form. And being a crystal healer for 20 years, I can certainly say that there's no crystal more powerful than the other if it's going to heal a specific thing. Okay, so you look at all different fruits. You get the fruit of a lemon, and the lemon has the power to create anions in the body, which heals the liver, kidneys, and then you've got the apple, which then heals 10,000 parts, cells, electrifies your body in 10,000 ways, and so on. So each crystal's the same. It's got its unique frequency to you, and that's something that you've got to get this in your head. Each crystal is unique to you, so you can go, this crystal just blew me away, and give it to somebody else and say, well, that just gave me a headache. Oh, does that make it wrong? Does that make it bad? No, it doesn't. It's just that it's creating a different frequency of energy. So walking you through Moldavite, the first thing that you need to do, because I digress all the time, you need to buy a piece of Moldavite. Now, there are different forms of Moldavite, and there are different fake Moldavites. So first of all, you need to buy a genuine Moldavite. And some people use words before and after a Moldavite. So they might say Moldavite glass, or they might say, there's so many fake Moldavites. So if you're selling a replica of something, you would say a replica of, say, a Ferrari, which is a kit car, or you'd say a replica of this brand, which you'd call fake, but they don't use any of those words. They use very clever words. So let's get this straight in your head. If you buy from the internet, from 10 different companies, like eBay, Etsy, Amazon, and so on, if then 10 Moldavites came to you, you can be sure that at least between 5 and 9 are going to be fake. So you might be lucky and get one which is genuine. So the first thing, how do I put it in words? I mean, sometimes you can be wearing a fake piece of Moldavite and saying it's not working, and I'm saying, well, that's because it's fake, because it's got a different energy, you know. And how far is fake? Well, fake means it's not what it's meant to be. It comes from a different source. And fake Moldavite, yes, it's glass. And what is glass? It's sand. And what is sand? It's crystal. So it has a unique energy of its own. But Moldavite, which landed here a long time ago, has a unique energy. So let's just say now, scrap all that what I've just said, and let's set off on a journey of wearing Moldavite right now. So you take your Moldavite out of the box, and you either feel high, low, or nothing. Feeling high is amazing. Feeling low is amazing. Feeling nothing, get ready for it, is also amazing. All of those feelings are still important to feel in your being that this crystal is working. What does the crystal do? The crystal helps you along your journey. It's a talisman. What it is let's say that a healer in ancient times was a seer, and that seer used to work in certain energies, and then one day he would do a kind of blessing or a ritual. He would go for the talisman for that particular ritual. So he would take his staff, just like the Pope would take his staff, or the Queen would wear her crystals on her head for certain reasons, which are not done so much now that you know about, but it is actually still secretly done in that way, which most people have no clue. So when working with Moldavite, each seer, shaman, psychic, medium, and a healer who will work with Moldavite in their own unique way. So first of all, what is it you want from the Moldavite? Okay, do you want a high? Do you want a low? Do you want to? I know many people, many spiritual people who have been walking this path for many years by Moldavite because now they're ready to move forward. For me, I say, well, whenever you buy a piece of Moldavite, you're ready. You don't have to be spiritual. You're just ready. And the crystal will then work with you. It doesn't work against you. It doesn't work for you. It just works with you, which means that the more effort you put into healing, the Moldavite will work alongside you and give you its strength and power as well. So I found that working with Moldavite, the more I broke through, cleared, cleansed my life, my trauma, my drama, then the Moldavite would work on a higher level. So then I realized it's you, Mark, who has to put the effort in when you're working with Moldavite. Oh, Mark, you said you don't need to do anything when you wear it. That's very true. And that is because the Moldavite will start to work on the level that you're working with. And I trust and truly believe that if you've chosen the Moldavite, then you, spiritually speaking, are ready. Not the brain, but you, your spirit, who you are, not the brain. The brain's not. The brain's a computer, okay? It just absorbs all the program, okay? Forget that. That's got nothing to do with Moldavite. In fact, the one thing I've noticed is people who are up here are the ones who scream and shout the most, but the people who work in here feel it and move forward. So I'm holding your hand now and you've got a piece of Moldavite on. All of a sudden you start crying. Why am I crying, Mark? You're crying because inside you has had trapped trauma, whether it's this lifetime or past lifetimes, but there's a trapped trauma. It could have something to do with your family, your mum, your dad, a dog that you lost, a brother or sister that called you, or best friend that hit you, or so on. But that's a trapped trauma that stays there. Hard to understand, can't work it out. Why did they do that? Why did they die? Why did this happen? And all of a sudden you're crying. Now, I can see that you're clearing away some of the trauma. You don't need to know what that trauma is, but I can guarantee you it's trauma that's trapped inside you. Makes sense, right? So if I gave you a hug and you or let's say Amma up there, who's the hugger, the hugger of all huggers. Amma gives you a hug. If you don't know who she is, she's an Indian guru and she puts her arms around people, and people have said that they've healed from past trauma. So if I give you a hug, or Amma gives you a hug, and you start crying and you say, I don't know why I'm crying, or if I start to speak to you next to you because I'm giving you a healing session and just having a chat with you, and you just break down and cry, the reason why is because you are ready to move forward. And you then let yourself open. You open yourself up, because tears are a sign of the heart opening, and the heart means your spirit. So your spirit is allowing the physical body to release. Some people call it detox. You can call it what you want, but you're releasing. So I'm giving you a cuddle. Say, come here, have a cuddle. What's wrong with my Mark? You're just clearing stuff that was trapped inside you. What is it? You know what? It doesn't matter. You're just clearing it and you'll feel better. And next week you'll go, I feel a lot better now. Why do you feel better? Well, because you've cleared some of the trauma, some of your past thoughts and feelings that have been stuck there and they needed to go. So Moldavite played a part in that, but you played most of the part in it. So imagine Moldavite in that level to have helped you, right? So now all of a sudden the crying doesn't seem so bad. And it isn't really the Moldavite that's done it, but it is. So it's a yes and no. You both did it. You both came to that that understanding that your spirit says, I need to clear it. And Moldavite has a gift of clearing. So you're wearing it now, and all of a sudden you start getting hot. You're getting really hot. You're burning. This is called the Moldavite flush. And as a healer, I can tell you through the thousands of hours that I've cleared people's negative energy, one of the symptoms is getting very hot, sometimes getting very dizzy, sometimes getting burning on the hands, sometimes losing my breath so I can't breathe properly. What's going on? And your chest feels like it's exploding and expanding in it, and just lots of weird things happening. Come here, give us a cuddle. It's okay. You're just clearing. You're just healing. Why am I healing? Well, you're healing because whatever is happening in your physical body, over the years, the environment that you've been in, the environment that you're in now with your computers, with your phone all the time, with all of the people in your life causing you issue and problem, you're now releasing because the Moldavite is helping you release. So all of these things are clearing from your body. So instead of it being stuck into your physical, it's now releasing. And it's like your body that has digested the toxins that now need to release them from your body. This is a very normal thing with healing. So the Moldavite is now helping breaking these bits from your body and releasing them. And as they're releasing them, because they were held in pockets, now they're breaking out, and now you can feel it and feel a bit weird and feel a bit sick and all that. And oh, it's coming out. Oh my God, it's clearing. Okay. So when you cut yourself and you've got muck in it, and you get yourself some natural alcohol and put it on, it burns, but then afterwards you feel better. Same. So now you know that it's not so bad anymore, right? So sometimes you'll buy a Moldavite and you wear it, and all of a sudden you'll fall asleep, and all of a sudden you'll get these weird dreams, vivid dreams, all sorts of strange things happening, connecting to the weirdest thing, faces and feelings and colours, and you wake up and you say, that was weird. And I'll say, well, when you wear Moldavite awakens a lot of your energy points. It could be your lower energy points or your high energy points, which you would know as, I call them power points, but you'll probably call them chakras. So that's your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart. And because of that, you're able to see things more that you couldn't before. So now you're awakening with the talisman things that you've never seen before. Isn't that beautiful? So nothing weird about that. It's who you are. That's your real power. So Moldavite helps you with that. So you walk your way through that. Beautiful. You're wearing a piece of Moldavite, and today, all of a sudden, you feel like you just want to hit the floor. So you fall down and you fall asleep, and you're exhausted. You've got a massive headache. Come here. Just, have you woken up? Okay, come and give us a cuddle. What was that, Mark? Well, that again is trapped energy. Energy that could have been many, many different things that caused you to continue along your journey. I'll give you a great example. I knew somebody who worked and she couldn't stop working. And I said to her, you'll break down if you don't stop. You need some time off. I can't. I've just got to keep working. And I've got to get through this. And like all of us, we keep working, and sometimes we don't know when to stop. Even when we sleep and wake up again, we keep working. But there's something that says that eventually your body, like a car, is going to break down if you keep hitting it. Eventually that car is just going to break down. So you wear a piece of Moldavite and all of a sudden you feel like that's it. You feel like you've broken down. The Moldavite has actually released all of that tension, all of that stress when you were working, all of those days, weeks, months and years, to now finally let you release all of that. So come here, give us a cuddle. This is good. This is healing of all your past and all the times that you said, I can't stop, I've got to do it because I can't get ill, I can't get sick, I can't get ill, I can't get sick, I can't stop, I've got to keep doing this because I have to pay my bills, I have to do this, I've got a contract. So now you release. So you're thinking that you're having a breakdown, but actually you'd already had the breakdown. You'd already gone through that trauma, and that trauma now is coming out because Moldavite is releasing that trapped issue that you had. So it's a good thing. Are you getting it now? Are you learning? Okay, because this is how it works. Trust me, this is how it works. You might come to me and put the Moldavite on and say, Mark, you know what? I can't believe this. I am flying. I am feeling amazing. Things are happening that has never happened before in my life. I'm getting new jobs. I'm getting this and that. Okay, come here. Come for a cuddle. Now you're wearing that Moldavite, okay? How were you feeling prior to it? Feeling great. Now that you're wearing it, lots of magic's starting to happen in your life, yeah. Well, could it be that the Moldavite amplified your energy and makes your energy, helped your energy bring out whatever was blocking, whatever needed to heal and strengthen? The Moldavite is blasting a wave into you that is producing a light that is already in there, but say there's a flame on here and it's a dull flame because all around is a bit windy. You clear the wind away and make that environment perfect, and that light, that flame will grow even more. You are now that flame that's growing even more. And what happens? Well, now that flame has grown even more. People from all over the world can see you and then start to say, your flame is beautiful. I want to offer you a job. Your flame is beautiful. I want to give you this because I just think you're amazing. Your flame is beautiful, so I want to be with you. So people have often said to me that they've found partners. They've met their love of their life. Things have happened to them that they've got a new job, or they became even more famous or rich or powerful or whatever by wearing Moldavite. Sometimes you can wear Moldavite and nothing. I had a dear friend who used to wear Moldavite who moaned in my ear because he bought a piece of Moldavite off me about 15 years ago. Well, yeah, about 15 years ago. And he said, I just wear it. I don't even know why I'm wearing it, but I just wear it because I paid so much because I bought it off you. And I said, keep wearing it. And every few months he'd take the mick out of me or have a go in front of people saying, this is probably not even real. And I said, no, it's real. Just keep wearing it. One day he came to me and said, I'm sorry, Mark. And I even remember where it was. It was on the steps of Run by Angels. And he said, I don't know what's happened, but my life has changed. And I said, this is a freaky thing because the same thing happened to me. And he said, I don't know what it is, but I found peace inside me. And he was always a kind of listen to me kind of guy, egoistic, but I loved him. He was a great guy, but big ego. And he was different. And I said, you're different. You've changed. He says, I don't know what it is. He says, but I don't feel like I need to show off or prove myself. And I said, oh, Jesus, I went through the same thing, except mine was a healing session with somebody called Shirley. And it was called Soul Retrieval. And he went on to explain to me this. And I said, how long have you been wearing that Moldavite for? And he looked at me and he says, shit. And I said, we're swearing now, but he was being honest. He said, do you think it could be? I said, don't know. I says, but you've kept it on, right? He says, I kept it on. I says, why is it you took the mick out of me every time we were around everybody? And I said, but you still wore it. He says, yeah. He says, I always thought about that. Why didn't I just put it away? And I said, do you think possibly that it could have been the Moldavite that was breaking down and clearing stuff that was inside you as a child, perhaps, that maybe your dad did to you or your mum didn't give you, or maybe the kids at school did to you at school, and maybe now something's happened and that Moldavite broke through after all them months and months. For now, look at you, you're a different guy. And I could feel the penny drop. I could see the tear in his eye. He wouldn't cry, but I could see it in his eye. And it's like he thought that he'd just changed, but that Moldavite was on you. And I to this day, I believe it was the Moldavite. This is a common occurrence with a lot of people. And I even know people that have worn Moldavite for 3 years and then something happened. Now, the problem with people, and sorry to say this, but it's true, if something isn't proven in a few seconds or a minute, or God forbid, 15 minutes or a day or even a week or a month, then it doesn't work. And most people are so in the energy of, I need it now. I need me fix instantly. I'm an addict of knowing or need to know something, that they've lost all connection to life and how life works and how you work and how crystals work and how life is so not lived how it should be. So people have trauma of this life from being a child right the way up to say 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, and you've got all of them years of trauma, all of those years of whys, what ifs, and all of the things that you just don't understand, that has been part of your energy, that you've been programmed with. Now you come to me holding my hand, wearing a piece of Moldavite, and expecting your life to change in a matter of minutes, hours, days, weeks, from a trauma and traumas and trials and tribulations of all your life. Just like you say, I've got diabetes, or I've got cancer, or I've got this disease, I want you to fix me now in 7 days with a bunch of tablets. Doesn't work like that. So for me, I had to wear a Moldavite and go through all my transition and cleansing and detoxing for years. And it worked alongside me. So if you want an instant fix with the Moldavite, leave it alone, go away and find an instant fix with something else, because you ain't going to get it. You might feel something, but then here's where the problem lies. Soon as you go, oh, it's amazing, and then all of a sudden it's not amazing, you then think there's something wrong with the Moldavite. And I'm like, no, you've just experienced something with the Moldavite, and now you've got to feel that excitement and work with it, and then start to see your cleansing and clearing and build yourself up to, woo, I feel it again, I'm feeling something else. Yeah, you're not feeling it again. What's happening is the Moldavite is working with you. So there's so many times I get this negative reaction from people who say it doesn't work anymore, or this or that. But what do you mean it doesn't work? How can you say it doesn't work? Well, it doesn't work because it's never done anything for me, or it doesn't work because it did, but now it doesn't. No, you can't say that. It doesn't work like that. And it doesn't work, but oh my God, it's worked today. Okay. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you guys? What I'm trying to say is that just because you don't feel something, or just because you feel something, it doesn't mean anything other than what it feels at that moment for you to continue your journey with Moldavite. And that means that you work with it. You use it in the right, correct ways. And if you don't use it and you wear it, you just let it be. And in that process of your healing of your years and years of trauma, it is working constantly. Moldavite is an attunement, is in so many ways, it feels and listens to you all the time. And it works with you like your best friend. So this is a 23-minute video. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to continue talking about Moldavite and helping you walk through Moldavite. But hopefully, and I really mean this, hopefully you understand today why Moldavite is an amazing crystal and has so many different effects on so many different people. Okay? That's how it works. So I send you all my love, and I hope you enjoyed this Moldavite video, and I promise to make a few more.